if you keep on asking, I'll just keep saying so. This isn't what I want.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing a story time with you guys because I feel like you guys have been liking them. So I'm excited and here with another story. Okay, I have one announcement. I want to announce that starting February 8th, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Starting February 8th is 7 days until Valentine's Day, I believe. Maybe February 8th, February 9th. I don't know. I gotta look it up. Yeah, we'll have a week till Valentine's Day. So every single day of that week, I will be uploading a new Valentine's Day related video because I'm gonna be celebrating and putting out a new series called February Heart Week. So I hope that you guys stick around and that you are ready for like a whole week loaded of Valentine's Day videos. All kinds of videos, story times, my first crush, really like juicy stories, so you won't want to miss out on that. And yeah, just Valentine's Day related videos. So I hope you guys are excited as I am because I'm really excited. And so if you're new here, please go ahead and consider subscribing because I do upload new videos every single Wednesday and Sunday. And yeah, hopefully. Alright guys, I'm going to be telling you about the time that I almost got stolen and I got left on the side of the road. So there was this guy and we were dating and we were actually living together. And this was so long ago. But anyway, we decided to live together and we drove together every single morning to work, which was an hour away. So I'm kind of giving you a backstory and yeah, so hopefully that'll help you clear your mind. But yeah, so me and him went to work. It was a normal day. The only thing is me and this guy, we will name him Ricky. We'll name him Ricky. Me and Ricky, we used to fight a lot. Like it was just one of those relationships where you both are so young and stupid and all you do is argue, like brother and sister almost. So it was very stupid, very childish. I think we were fighting on the way to work that day and we were just arguing and he probably had enough of my shit. And the thing with me is that if I fight with you, like I want to win. I want to have the last word. I'm super, like I'm just like that and maybe that's why I'm single. But when we fight, like I want to have the last word in and I always want to win, like I just want to win, which is dumb. But yeah, that's how I was at the time, even more. Now I'm a little more chill, I'm older, I realize things. I'm not always right, apparently. But yeah, so that day I was like, no, I'm right. But we were arguing and I was pushing his buttons. Like, you know, I can be a little petty and I can just like try to push every single button and like, I always, like a lot of my exes know, like don't do it, like just don't do it, like just leave it alone, you know, because I cannot control my anger. I have a really high temper. And this day, like on the way home from work, because it was an hour drive, we were on our way home and I think we were like maybe 20 more minutes and we would have been home. Yeah, like 20 minutes into town, like really far away from our apartment. And we were driving, or he was driving, and all of a sudden like we argued so much. Oh, it's so funny. It's funny right now, but it's not funny, you know, like asshole, freaking jerk. Like because of him, I almost died, you know? Because of him, I almost got stolen and it was just stupid. But anyway, so we were arguing and I pushed every single button that he had and he was like, bitch, get off my car. Like, you're walking, get off my car. And I could not believe it. Like at the time, I wanted to get off the car. I wanted to like punch him. But in reality, in the back of my mind, I was like, bitch, you're pretty far away from home. Like you don't walk, like just don't do it. You know, it's kind of cold outside, don't do it. But yeah, so he dropped me off. He, you know, did the whole get off the car. And guys, we were on a highway. Like this was a highway. So I remember we were like on the long highway stretch to go home. And on this side of me, there was a cemetery. And then there was like other stuff and you would have to cross the bridge. And then you could get, you know, to our area. But it was still it would be a long walk, like a 10-mile walk at least. And I didn't know anybody in this town. Like I moved away from this town that I was in. We moved away and I had nobody to call, no friends. Like I didn't even have anything. I don't even think I had a phone with me. But yeah, he was so tired of my shit that he was like, girl, you're gonna walk. So I got off of the car, I had to, you know, and I started walking, and I was like, shit, what am I gonna do? I guess I'm just gonna walk this long. Well, I guess I better get some exercise in. So I started walking, and everything was cool, you know. I was like, eventually I'll get there. Like, it was already gonna get dark. I was really scared because the highway has like, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like a lot of roads, you know, and they were just, cars were zooming by, and I was super afraid, and that's just what it was. I don't know what happened at work, that we were just arguing. It was just stupid, like we were fighting the whole day, and it just escalated even on the way home. So that's what got me here on the side of the road. Yeah, I just couldn't put my pride aside and tell him he was right, because I wanted to win, and I won. Either way, like, I mean, yeah, he kind of won because he kicked my ass out of his car. Started walking, like I said, and there was a cemetery, and I'm like, okay, once I pass the cemetery, like, I'll have so and so much to go. I was kind of calculating my steps, you know. And so the main thing is I was scared. I was in the middle of nowhere. I didn't know anybody, and there was like the cemetery, and then there was like this alley, and there was bushes and trees. I remember seeing a car driving in the cemetery, and like it was a guy. I remember it was an older man, and he was looking at me, and I like made contact with him, and I was like, oh, just keep walking. Okay, so he kept driving. I'm like, maybe he's like visiting a loved one that passed on or whatever. He's in the cemetery. Not gonna think nothing of it. So I see him, and he comes around me like on the highway, and he kind of slows down, and he keeps going, and he's like, at this point, guys, he's circling me. Like, he would circle, go past me, go around, and whatever. So it was getting dark. This guy, this weirdo, he let me walk still, you know. He like, I don't know, I felt like he was just doing something else, so he wasn't really trying to ask me if I needed a ride. So I ignored it, I left it alone, I kept walking, you know, maybe like another half a mile up ahead. There was those bushes that I'm talking about, kind of towards the end of the cemetery, and there was, he had pulled his car into there. So he was like parked in an alley with bushes on the side of each car. Like, nobody could see us. If you were to look from the highway, you wouldn't be able to see it. And he was standing outside of his car, behind the car, and I was walking. So here's the highway. I'm very bad at telling stories. The highway, me walking on the sidewalk, not even a sidewalk, just to the edge of the road. And then there's like, it goes down into like a hill, and then there's the cemetery, then his car. So like I got to that point, and he was like, come here, like, do you need a ride? And I got scared. I don't know, like something was weird about him. He was a little off, and I kind of like got a little scared. But at this point, guys, like just don't do this, like just keep walking. But I was like, yes, I need a ride home, you know. So I was kind of desperate. He was like, come on, get in my car. And I was like, do I do this? Like a million things ran through my head, but the only thing is I wanted to get home to kill him, to like finish slaughtering him and to just kill him. Just kidding, that sounds bad. But I wanted to get home to like win again, you know. I wanted to be like, you know what, I'm here. What, you left me on the side of the road, but somebody gave me a ride, so you lost initially because my big butt did not walk anyway, so whatever. But yeah, so I trusted this random guy, and I don't know why, like, Lord, I don't even know why. He was a little weird, like he wasn't saying much, and I was like, oh, he only spoke Spanish. So I was like, llévame a mi casa. Just kidding. I was like, can you please give me a ride home? Like, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, yeah, that's fine. And we started going, you know, and it was still like a good 10-minute drive. Going, and I was explaining to him where I lived, and we were pulling up. He wasn't saying anything at this point. And we lived like in a huge apartment complex. So like you had to go really slow because it's, you know, people are walking in and out. It's like a huge place. And so we were going, and he started asking me questions, or he started telling me like, you're very beautiful, and like, what happened? And I told him, I was like, I got in a fight with my boyfriend. Like, I was crying. I'm pretty sure I was crying. And he was like, oh, like, you're very beautiful. Like, is it okay if I go upstairs, if I go into your apartment with you? And I freaked out, guys. I was like, oh my God, like, why did I bring him here? Now he knows where I live, blah, blah, blah. And he just kept asking weird questions like, can I go inside with you? Like, who the hell would do that? Ugh. He was like, he wanted something, you know, he wanted something for the ride. And I was like, no, like I kept telling him no, and he kept getting like closer, like he would kind of lean into me, and I was like, ew, don't touch me, you know, like, okay, thank you, like, thank you so much. And he wouldn't let me at this point. Like, he got a little creepy, and I got a little scared that he was gonna follow me. So right away in my head, I was like, okay, what do I tell him to make him wait here enough to where I can go do something and I'll be right back. You know, I was like, no, we'll go somewhere. Like, let me just go. I think I told him, let me go change and I'll be right back. Or he was like kind of upset about it. He was like, oh, okay, like, okay, you know, like, hurry, like, I'll wait here for you. And I'm like, okay. And so when I got off the car, always do this, guys, if somebody's following you and you can't get rid of them. It was a huge apartment complex. Like, it had its own pool, it had its own gym, so it was huge, you know. Like, he wouldn't like necessarily see me go into my building unless he like followed me. So like, there was, say there's 3 buildings. Instead of going to the middle building, I went this way, and then I went and I like peeked my head out to see if he was looking, and I ran to the other side. So by this point I would have been lost. Like, I went upstairs, shut my windows, I locked the doors, and I don't think Ricky was there anyway. No, he wasn't there. Locked the doors, and I like freaking closed all my windows. I just like laid in bed, and I was scared. I was so afraid that he was gonna come find me. And I don't know, he disappeared eventually. Like, I guess he left. He was like, F you, like, so, you know, I never went back to the car, obviously. But that's how it went down. Like, just don't get into cars with strangers, girls. Don't do it. But yeah, so that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this quick story time. Let me know if you do like them, and if you want to see more, hit the like button because it helps me out a lot. We'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!